Hello, my name is Mark, and this story changed my life forever. It all started on a quiet Saturday. I decided to go for a walk, just me, the breeze, and the open countryside. I walked past the familiar trees, across an old wooden bridge, and found myself near a field I had never noticed before. It was breathtaking. The sun bathed everything in gold. The grass swayed gently in the wind. It felt like I had stepped into a painting. As I walked deeper into the field, something caught my eye, the roof of a car sticking out behind the tall grass. I pushed through the field and saw it, a slightly damaged, red Chevrolet Jeep. Old, rusty in spots, but still beautiful in its own way. Out of curiosity, I opened the door. To my surprise, it was unlocked. Inside, it smelled like dust and leather. The dashboard was cracked, and cobwebs hung from the mirrors. But then, I noticed something unusual. The glove box was slightly open. I reached in and found a small bag full of gemstones. Real gemstones, sparkling, heavy, and clearly valuable. I looked under the seats and found more. Whoever owned this Jeep had left behind a hidden fortune. But that wasn't the strangest part. The back part of the Jeep's roof looked different. It didn't match the rest of the car. It was shinier, smoother. I knocked on it. The sound was solid and heavy. I scratched the surface gently. It was gold. Actual gold. I stood there stunned. What was this car doing here? Who left it? And why? I decided to act fast. I took the bag of gemstones and carefully cut out a piece of the golden roof using a rusty toolkit I found in the trunk. I hid everything in my backpack and made my way back home before sunset. That night, I didn't sleep. I kept checking the backpack under my bed. The next day, I visited a small jewelry shop in town. I showed them just one gemstone. The man behind the counter went pale. He asked me where I got it, but I just said, "Family keepsake." He offered me a lot of money for just that one stone. I sold it. Then I came back the next day with more. And then the piece of gold. Within 2 weeks, I had more money than I ever imagined. I bought a new laptop. Paid for my parents' bills without them knowing how. I opened a savings account in a fake name. Life was changing fast. But then, something happened. One day, while I was walking in town, a man in a black coat approached me. He looked straight at me and asked, "Did you see an old red Jeep out in the fields?" My heart nearly stopped. I played dumb. "No, sir. I don't know what you're talking about." He stared at me for a few seconds, then walked away. I never saw him again. I never went back to that field. I had enough. But sometimes, late at night, I think about that Jeep. Who left it there? Why was it filled with treasure? And what if there's more out there? This is my story. Believe it or not, it's true.